Hello everybody, my name is Arpi Vartanian. I'm off screen right now, and I'm here today. I'm the Regional Director of the Armenian Assembly of America, and I'm here today with two fascinating and very accomplished women who are going to tell you a little bit about the work that they do. On the left is Nune Yeghiazaryan, who is the Country Director of the Armenian Eye Care Project, which you may have heard of. And on the right is Annette Hayrapetian, who is with the United Nations Women's Guild. So Nune, let's start with you. Armenian Eye Care Project. People have heard of this. They know that there are projects going on in Armenia to help people with their eyesight, but maybe you could talk a little bit more about what you do.
Thank you. Actually last year we celebrated our 25th anniversary of activities.
Congratulations.
In Armenia, and the organizations, the Armenian Eye Care Project, was founded in 1992 by Dr. Roger Ohanessian from USA as an ophthalmologist. So he came to Armenia as a response to the appeal from the Armenian government when it was so very difficult, where there were traumas, the war, the conflict, the consequences of earthquake, and he was actually one of those doctors who decided to come in to help. I think that it was not intended to be a 25-year-long commitment to Armenia, but it worked that way. So during all these years, Dr. Ohanessian, together with his colleagues, volunteer physicians, have come to Armenia an enormous amount of times, brought a huge amount of equipment, medication, have been here more than 50 times on medical missions.
Wow.
To help with patients, to work with doctors, colleagues, and I'm proud to say that the level of ophthalmology now in Armenia is quite advanced and can compete with other countries, developed countries. So during the last decade, the scope and activity of the Armenian Eye Care Project expanded, and in 2003 we started our program, a comprehensive umbrella project bringing sight to Armenian eyes, which is a flagship of the Armenian Eye Care Project with its mobile eye hospital that travels all over the country. We have done 8 tours of the country, have been 5 times in Artsakh, and have screened more than 40,000 people all over 400,000 people all over Armenia, and close to 50,000 people have had detailed examination of the mobile eye hospital, and more than half of those got free of charge surgery and laser. So this is something that we've been doing as direct patient care, but also it has a very strong component of professional education, a very strong component of public education, of capacity building, and so this mobile eye hospital is traveling all over the country, is now being gradually not replaced, but actually we're opening the regional eye centers in Kapan, Ijevan, Spitak, and just in a few days we're opening Gyumri as well. So we were thinking that a mobile eye hospital being a fantastic solution to the problems that we see all over the country is yet a temporary solution. That's why the regional centers that are coming to replace it will bring high quality care to the residents of the regions. So this is what we're doing, we've been doing since 2003, and also started another very exciting project on premature infants. These premature infants can go blind if they are not diagnosed in time and treated. And in 2010 we started a project on this quite new disease for Armenia, and not only developed a nationwide program, but also became a role model for other countries as well, opened a center of excellence for the prevention of childhood blindness, and many children, premature infants, are saved of blindness thanks to this project. And there are many projects, but I want to say that all this is possible to be possible to accomplish because we have fantastic partners. We do work with them, and we work with everyone who has a stake in eye care in Armenia. We work with organizations in Armenia and abroad, and one of them is, of course, the UN Women's Guild. And thanks to Annette, we have been working with them quite a long time. We're doing other projects with diabetes and eye care. We're doing projects on school screening and preschool screening. We're doing projects for those who need prosthetic eyes, who need cornea transplant. We are looking into a very exciting and challenging field that is the electronic healthcare. We're trying to introduce that to Armenia. So there are many very interesting projects. Do you want me to go on, or do you just want me to stay?
It's so fascinating, and the work that you do is so incredibly important because you're giving the gift of sight back to hundreds of thousands of people, and that is priceless. So I would love to go on, but I also want to give Annette some time, and then we want to talk about the projects you do together. But on behalf of everyone, everywhere, thank you for all of the work that you and Dr. Ohanessian and all of your partners in the project.
Partners,
of course,
extremely important.
Of course, so thank you to all of you. Now, Annette, you work for the United Nations Women's Guild. I confess, I didn't know much about the United Nations Women's Guild. I had to get online. I was interested in the talk that we had a couple of weeks ago, but perhaps for our viewers, you could talk to me a little bit about what the UN Women's Guild does, and then I want to go into talking about how UN Women's Guild and the Armenian Eye Care Project are working together.
Okay. The United Nations Women's Guild was established 70 years ago. And it was established by the UN delegation's spouses and senior spouses. And it was mainly established to help the needy children in the world. Their aim was, and is still, to help the vulnerable children around the globe. As a result, they have created an atmosphere that every member of UN Women's Guild, which I have been a member over 20 years, they adopt projects, and those projects are in specific countries that they have the most interest. Being an Armenian, of course, I have adopted few projects in Armenia, and among the projects that is very, very dear to my heart, it's the Armenian Eye Care Project. And the reason is all the projects are just wonderful, and there's a great help to Armenia from diaspora. But Armenian Eye Care Project is very, very dear to my heart, as I said, specifically because its impact in a long term and a short term to human life and people of Armenia's life. Because we all know when there is a sight, there's a life. And that has been always very important to me. And so I did get involved over 15 years with Armenian Eye Care Project and worked with Mrs. Yeghiazaryan and Dr. Roger Ohanessian. And we have accomplished together a lot, specifically where the children come, because the Women Guild's mission is to help the children.
Yeah. Okay, so now as I understand, the Women's Guild is comprised of people who are women, either who are spouses of UN diplomats or
work for the United Nations.
Correct.
Yes.
So if somebody wanted to donate to the Armenian Eye Care Project through the UN Women's Guild, could they do that?
Yes, they could. Mm-hmm. What we do a fundraising collectively, all the members that they have a project. Several times a year we do a fundraising. Specifically in the late spring, we do a very huge fundraising, which almost 150 to 170 countries participate that they're a member of the United Nations, including Mission of Armenia. So they sell in this big bazaar that is created at the UN grounds. Different countries donate goods, food, and very high-end fashion, everything. So when we sell, the funds are divided among the projects.
Okay.
And also, we have donors. I have specific friends and families that they donate to UN Women's Guild and specified this is for projects in Armenia.
Okay, so viewers have several ways to donate. They can donate to the United Nations Women's Guild, specify Armenia or this project,
Yes.
or they can donate directly to the Armenian Eye Care Project. So just
possible
do a
too, yeah.
just do a Google search and you can find that
Just go
information.
to website.
I must say, because we derive a check, the funds from the fundraising, and we give to the projects, in this case Armenian Eye Care Project. So for my fellow Armenians, please support, if you can, to stop blindness, preventable blindness in Armenia, directly to Armenian Eye Care Projects. Because if you go there and say you're giving this donation, whether for children, whether for surgeries, whether for prosthetic eye, anything that they desire, there's a list of many areas like Adopt a Village, they can do that. That's, in my opinion, is the easiest way. So if they donate to us, we turn that donation back to the Armenian Eye Care Project, and at times to other projects such as the Armenian Relief Society and a couple of other projects that I have also.
Okay, so now you've been here at least for a couple of weeks, and I think you're staying for a couple of months.
No,
Correct?
I have been here in mid-July.
Got here
I
earlier.
have already been here in mid-July, and I will be leaving on next week back because I have work to do in New York. And during this time, we coordinate with Mrs. Yeghiazaryan, and I go to see the orphanages for eye screening, the daycare centers, children who are very vulnerable after examinations, to go to Malayan Hospital for further examinations, whether they need surgery or they need glasses or medication. And also we have this PET project that I call it PET project, but it's extremely important for a young man or for a young woman from our projects at the UN Women Guild. We support from the birth to 18 years old. We call them children in that. So it's the giving to young people a prosthetic eye. At many children in Armenia, they have lost one eye, while Armenian Eye Care Project cures the other eye, and they ensure that through the one eye they can continue their active life. Usually the children with one eye blind, we all know they're withdrawn, and they're not integrated happily into the society or schoolmates or activities. And we both, Nune and myself, had looked at that, and I said, you know what, we have to do something about this. We know we need a lot of funds to do that other necessary emergency surgeries, but in this case, it's important. And so we had done hundreds of children's one blind eye that nothing could have been done with prosthetic eye. And it was amazing.
It's so strange when you see a person, well, without the eye and then with this prosthetic artificial eye, the person changes. It's a totally different person. And also they become part of the society. They're no longer excluded. They are not ashamed to go to work, to school where there are children and the kids. And we had a fantastic reunion, remember?
Yes.
With younger parents of younger children because they lost their eye due to either some trauma or some congenital disease, and a little bit older ones. And the parents of these small kids show how accomplished the older persons are in their life. One was a singer, the other one was a pianist, and they just got hope, said, oh, so the life of my child is not lost. See, these people managed to survive, and not only survive, but become a accomplished person.
I'm just wondering if all of our viewers are getting goosebumps as I am, because you've all really managed to change people's lives by giving them that hope, by giving them sight, be it a prosthetic eye or glasses or surgery or whatever is needed. It's phenomenal what has been done. Are there any other projects that you are currently working on together right now?
Actually, we're talking about the school screening, and we have been going into social institutions and looking into children and screening, as Annette And we'll try to target preschool screening. That's also very interesting.
That's critical.
Preschool screening, which is the key dose.
Mhm.
And so if you identify the problem there, then your chances to cure that child fully in a very short period of time are very high.
Yeah, and to bring awareness of the
And to
issue
bring-
to
That's the
people.
most important. I was looking for a photo to share,
Mhm.
and I had got the permission that how transformation of a young boy of 16 years old from being one side blind, and how after prosthetic eye, how the person looks. I was looking
Wow.
for that.
Yeah,
to-
but just not to show the person. But I was really, I've seen a lot of people, but seeing the transformation of that person, so very gloomy, looking down, not even trying to talk to you or talking, just looking one side. And then they told us, you can come into the room. And then we were shocked to see a totally different person.
That's amazing.
We had children from Garaba last year, and so we do work with Garaba too. I mean, Armenian Eye Care
Armenian Eye
Project.
Care Project, yes.
They approach through different NGOs or directly the vulnerable families that economically they're not secure. They go to Armenian Eye Care Project, and we kind of take care of them coming from Garabag with the family, staying overnight at the hospital, taking care of the good eye, and then providing other prosthetic eye to the other eye that is blind. I can't stress the importance of Armenian people really to reach and support Armenian Eye Care Project. As I said, and I don't want to repeat myself, the impact of it on people's life, it's so immediate. That you can see how hope shines from their face and their eyes, and they say, wow, I didn't really know this can happen to me.
Yes.
And as Nune said, the parents who were hiding their children of 3 years old or 5 years old or 10 years old, suddenly they bring them up because they said, wow, there's a way we can integrate our children into the society and let them to lead a very good productive life.
God bless both of you. God bless the
Thank you.
entire project, and Asfatsbahi, all those patients that you've helped, and I hope that they become huge advocates for the program, just like people in the diaspora. Is there anything else you might want
Well,
to
actually, I
add?
think that this would be incomplete without mentioning how much work has been done by Armenians, by doctors, just because
Please.
they're doing this work. And if we can, Annette can bring in the funds, which is enormous, which is extremely important. I can manage huge programs to make them put together, but there are people who are really doing this work and saving children, adults, or training, or bringing awareness, and I think that the huge kudo goes to them.
So you mentioned earlier that 400,000 or so patients have been helped by the program. Approximately how many doctors have been trained by the program?
Oh, we train not only eye doctors, but also endocrinologists, neonatologists, family doctors, family nurses. That's close to 2,000 perhaps doctors
That's
all over the
fantastic.
time. And now we're so very happy because we prepare sort of posters for diabetes. So that family doctors will talk to their patients, explaining how to lead a healthy lifestyle and be able to use those posters that are in Armenian, that are interesting, so that this information will go, because that's another very important question. We approach that through eye care, but the problem is huge, so it needs to be covered.
Well, bravo, bravo. I hope that we get a lot of views on this so that more and more people understand the issues facing Armenians here, and that a lot of people in Armenia also watch this, and maybe something will click and they'll say, oh my goodness, if I don't take care of my eyes, it could get worse with diabetes, or it could get worse with this reason. So bravo.
We're taking this possibility to talk about the innovation, about the new things that maybe this society is not very open to new ideas, new approaches of diabetes, for example, treatment, or to use of artificial intelligence, or to use of very innovative telesurgery. We're all doing that, and we're very happy about it.
Wonderful. Well, Nune, I look forward to seeing you again in Yerevan. Nune lives here. And Annette, I look forward to seeing you next time you visit Armenia. You probably get here more frequently than I get to New York.
Yeah.
But if I come to New York, I promise a
And I
visit.
just want to thank all the donors and the supporters and tell all the Armenians, please reach and help to stop preventable blindness in Armenia. I do my part. Ms. Yeghiazaryan and Dr. Ohanessian, most of all, and his team do their part, but without your help, we can't continue this great mission. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this interview.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.